Okay, good morning to all of you. And 55 students have joined the class. We will continue our discussion now and try to maintain the neat notes and go through. Today I received in a WhatsApp in a college teachers group. I thought of sharing with you. And Python on track to be a crown programming language of the year 2020. Somebody from some other department has shared in the WhatsApp teachers group in SDM CET. I thought of sharing with you people because it's related to the Python. CS faculty has shared this. And even you can Google it, you can go through, you can read it. And don't think just you have scored some marks in the Python, you have cleared the subject, it doesn't mean they believe that you know the programming, Python programming. You have to practice, do the hobby project and do something, not just you are able to explain a few statements, few functions, it is not enough. And it is already 10th December, hardly few days are remaining for your third IA and lab, followed by a main exam. So please try to study all the theories and try to complete the project. I don't know how much you have completed the project, but I saw a few batches. They have only done the literature review. So please try to complete the project, prepare the PPT, prepare the report also for the end sum exam. Not for the review, end sum exam you have to have a report also. Try to complete it, but because you will score good marks if it is good report, you have done some work, and even it helps you in the campus placement also. They may ask what you have done project in your 5th sem, 6th sem when you start giving the interview in the 7th semester. So not to take very lightly, and all of you were so free because nobody has given the assignment, much assignment. If it is a offline, even I too could have given a lot of assignments to you and for other division also for other subject. Because it is online, we cannot see much, so you cannot discuss much. So we have not given much assignments, so you have got a lot of time. So hope you might have completed a good project and might have prepared the PPT and as well as a report may be ready now. And even those who have completed this much, try to convert that into a paper. Whether it will be published or not secondary, just try to convert that into a paper. At least we will learn how to format it. I had told to one of the few students in A division and B division to try that. At least next year they will come to know how to present a paper, at least if they know formatting now. Anyway, let me go to the today's subtopic. Matrix operations we will discuss. The most important difference between the matrix object and the arrays. Even we can take it as a two-dimensional array, or you can declare it as a matrix. Both options are available in the Python. We'll see the difference. There also in the ND arrays I can use a matrix, even you can declare as a matrix. How it differs, which one to use. So that we are going to discuss in today's class. And multiplication and another, we have say x raised to y. Those two exponential we are going to discuss now. Copy down two words, difference between the matrix object and arrays. A two-dimensional array also we use as a matrix. Directly a matrix also you can declare. Small differences are there which we are going to discuss, taking some examples so that each one of you can understand. Copy down one or two lines. You have 1 minute time to note down something from this. I hope all of you maintain neat notes, and if you are maintaining all the programs and results in one file, keep it ready. I may ask you to upload all those things anytime because it will be ready with you. It takes hardly a few minutes to upload. Nowadays internet is available in your mobile, computer, everywhere. It takes a few minutes to upload whatever you have done so far. Let me go to the next. Yeah. Here I am taking a array np.array 0 minus 1 and another is a 1 minus 2 I am taking. The same thing I am showing you here also, 0 minus 1, 1 minus 2. Those who cannot understand, here I am showing this and printing a as it is, and a into a I am doing and I am printing, a raised to 3 I am doing, I am printing it. So please go through, copy down these 2 lines program and try to observe the output. When I say a raised to 3 or exponential 3, a into a, what I will get. And now one important line which you have to remember is I am using as an array. Similarly, we will take another example and later we will take examples such that where I use array and matrix. Now we have seen just now array, again we will see the matrix, then array and matrix at a time we will see, and we will do the same operation. Whether the answer result will remain same or not, that we are going to check. Let me go to the next slide. Yeah, and a program and result. Now, what I am using, I am not using as an array. Observe here carefully. Hey, see here. For a matrix object, these operators, just a minute. It's now working. np.matrix I am taking instead of an array. Again I am taking 0, minus 1, 1, minus 2 only. A equal to the same thing I am taking. Again I am doing a into a exponential a raised to 3. Just copy down and observe the output carefully. There a star star 3 means what? Here a star star 3 means what? Observe the result carefully, and the difference also. Here I have taken as an array, now I am taking as a matrix. Simply if you read and if you assign and if you print, it will be 0, minus 1, 1, minus 2 only. When you perform the operation, the answer may differ. So please check it. Next slide I will try to show both the answers at a time so that you feel the difference between the np.matrix, np.array. Let us go to the next slide. Hardly 2 lines are there in this program. Hope you have copied the 2 lines and observed the output. No need to copy the output. So anyway you can execute. I don't know how many of you are executing every day Python programs. At least few students will be there. I am sure those will be executing Python programs daily. They might have made that as a habit, so that they can improve their programming skill. Let me go to the next. Yeah, in this, what I am doing, a equal to np array, 0, minus 1, 1, minus 2 only I am taking. Another b equal to I am taking np, instead of array I am taking matrix. Again I am taking content same, so that it will be easy for us to compare. 0, minus 1, 1, minus 2. The same thing I am taking. A equal to B equal to, only the difference is one is I am taking as an array, another one I am taking as a matrix. Operation I am performing same. I am printing A, I am printing the B. A into A I am printing, B into B. A exponential 3 or A raised to 3, and here also I am doing a B raised to 3. Observe the output carefully and copy down this. Anyway, it is there with you people. You can observe this, even you can copy down this also, no problem. Take a minute or two. Understand, when I use the same content, A equal to B, but one is array, another is a matrix, you just observe A star star 3, B star star 3, answer are not same. Observe this carefully. And even A into A you observe. A into A, B into B are not same. Okay, hope most of you have observed. And can you say something in the chat box what you understood A into A, B into B, how it differs? I take another 1 minute and I want you to just type a one-line answer, what you understood, so that others can understand easily the way how you understood. Type something. A into A, I got 0, 1, 1, 4. But B into B, I got minus 1, 2, minus 2, 3. In one line, you can answer. Now, what's the difference between the A to A, B into B? Even though content of A and B are same, but one is a matrix and there is an array. Any one of you take another 30 seconds and just type it. Even though it is wrong, I'll be happy to see your name in the chat box. Because you are dared to answer whether it is right or wrong. You are thinking and you are sharing. That's great. Aditi, thank you. First, in array it is the form of exponential, and in the matrix it is a matrix. Thank you, Aditi. Let me check what others are going to type. Whether right or wrong you have typed. For that, I thank you. Any other one or two students can type. Even though it is wrong, no problem. I appreciate you because you have come forward to tell whatever you know, whether it is right or wrong. Let me see another 2-3 answers. Even by observing also you will come to know. Very good. Jnanashree, Soumya. In matrix, first row is multiplied with the first column and so on. In arrays, it is element to element multiplication. Soumya, thank you. Ram Prasad, in case of arrays, A into A is performed by element-wise multiplication. Ram Prasad, thank you, correct. In array, element-wise multiplication takes place. Akshay SK. Okay, thank you all of you for your answers, and others are also typing now. Ganesh has typed for array element to element multiplication takes place. Yes. For matrix, row are multiplied with the column. Ganesh, thank you, correct. Naina is that. I think array is a form of a square cube of its elements, and matrix is the form of a matrix multiplication. Yeah, Naina, thank you for your answer. Lakshmi Priya, and in array multiplication, element to element multiplication is done, sir. Yeah, it's true, Lakshmi. And all of you know element to element multiplication how to do. And observe here. So 0 into 0, minus 1 into minus 1, what you will get, and 1 into 1, minus 2 into minus 2. These are the answers what you are getting here element wise. Even Arfali is typing, Jyoti is typing. In array multiplication, A into A, every element are squared. It is true, Jyoti, thank you. In matrix multiplication, B into B, matrix multiplication is done. Yeah, it is correct, Jyoti. Arfali has typed array squared of the number itself. Matrix is line-wise multiplication. Okay. All are giving the answer, but the way how they are typing the answer may differ, but what they want to convey is same. Thank you each one of you for your answers. 62 students are there, and all should answer whether it's right or wrong. Okay. Have a habit of answering. Otherwise, you will have a habit of this sitting silent in the interviews also, and which is dangerous. Anyway, let me go to the next. Thank you each one of you for giving an answer. And Satvik is typing in array element to element. Yeah, it's the same. Thank you, Satvik. Let me go to the next slide. Should we use a NumPy or matrices? All of us know the differences now. The NumPy matrix class is convenient if you have a lot of operation to perform with the matrices. Otherwise, you can make use of simply array. The matrix class insistence in this is another headache is anything you give, it will be treated as a matrix and at least 1 cross n it will take. Even if it is like an array, if you are declaring, it will be treated as 1 cross n, and you have to index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. So if you have a lot of matrix operation, it is better to go for matrix, otherwise you can go for array. Just take a 30 seconds and read it, understand it, then we'll go to the next slide. And also, I had told in other division also, plan for your next semester project, next year project, seminar. In your whole engineering, only the 2 things you can do according to your wish. You cannot do a theory subject according to a required syllabus for you. Whatever the institution is giving, according to that syllabus you have to study. But whole engineering you have an option in 2. You can do according to your interest. One is a seminar and there is a project. You can choose your own topic, you can choose your own project, whatever the area you want, whatever the field you want, whatever the problem statement you want, you can frame. Only option is for these 2. I want you people to start thinking now only. Even though for every year in 5th semester I tell this sentence, but till the end of the 7th semester, students will be struggling to formulate some problem statement for a project in the final year. So you please start now only. At least you people have a habit of doing a project. 4th sem also you have done, I think. 5th sem also you are doing one. 6th sem also you have another project. 7th sem also you have a 7th and 8th together one project is there. And you can approach any teachers, try to plan now only. So let me go to the next. We'll take one simple example to current flowing in the closed region labeled I1, I2, I3 of the circuit given here may be analyzed by mesh analysis. I want you people to copy down this, how we can solve the simultaneous equations using a Python. This is a subject which you have studied in your 3rd semester. Hope all of you are remembering that name of the subject. Can you type that name of the subject? In which subject you have studied like this? There may be a delay when I ask when you answer. Yes, a network analysis. Very good. Hope all of you are remembering a network analysis. And you have spent nearly 50 hours in the class, another 50 hours in your room or home just to do the homework and assignment and to write the annual exam. Very good. So you just copy down this problem statement and we'll see how Python can help you people to write a small code for this. And you people you should go back to the network analysis, all the circuits, whatever is solved in the book. I want you people to, at least a few students can make a group and can solve all those things. Write a small program, change all these register or circuit values and just execute, cross verify what you are getting answered using a Python is same as given in the book. If it is true, give one presentation, prepare one presentation so that it will help the juniors. And any help you want for that, I'll be there. Just copy down the problem statement. Then everything is known to you. How to write now the first loop, second loop, third loop, how to write the equations, all of you know. And we'll write that and how these can be solved using a Python functions that we are going to see. Please go through all the content covered in the A division also, and anyway we'll see what assignment or what you have to give. We'll decide and we'll give you, and let me talk to your some representatives. So CTA marks we have to decide how to give. I will talk to your few students and I will decide what to do. I will talk to other division teacher also, but we are waiting. or another. But if you wait too much, it will become a burden on you people only. We have to decide early so that you feel comfortable for lab and all. Journal you have to write, lab you have to do, lab exam you have to complete, project report, project PPT, everything should be ready in this month only. Let me go to the next slide. So equations, all of you know how to write. Okay, 50I1 minus 30I3 equal to 80. Wherever the 80 volts are applied, no, I think this will become 80 volts I1 and
sir,
I2.
Excuse me, sir.
Hello. Next slide. Hope all of you have copied these equations and the matrix form you have written. And let me go to the next slide. Simply, I equal to R inverse into V. V is equal to I into R. Hope all of you know the Ohm's law. And these are the matrix from the previous slide. Just I am writing the 3 lines of code. R equal to NP matrix. All these values I am giving. And V equal to 80, 80, 0 is there, that I am giving. And I am writing I equal to this formula as it is. NP, linear algebra, inverse of R I am taking, I am multiplying with the V. These are the currents I1, I2, I3 I am getting. So copy down this and I will wait for a minute. This is the way how you can write a hardly 2-3 line program to find out the currents. And someone can take a few examples from the textbook. Simply they can make changes in this and find the current. Check in the book the answers are same or not. After this, I'll give a time for you people to have any other discussion. R equal to V equal to I equal to, just I am writing and I am printing the I. And in this example, I got I1 equal to 2.33, I2 equal to 2.61 and I3 equal to 1.22. And like this, you may have another example in some book and take it and write down the equations and write a 3-line, 4-line program and check the currents. Okay, just revise whatever you have discussed so far. And now I'll give 1 or 2 minutes for you people to ask if you have any other questions. Now I'll not be seeing the slides, I'll be seeing you people. Now you can type in the chat box or you can unmute and you can ask your doubts if you have any. Maybe Python or in general also related to your project or lab, or if I know some answers I'll give you. Prepare the report, consult your guide, and the project you complete. You should have a report of your project and PPT you prepare for end some exam. Exam will be there. These are the reviews what you are giving now. Exam is different. Okay. Some other than your guide, somebody will be the examiner. 2 examiners will be there, and in front of those examiners you have to show. If it is offline, then you have to show whether it's online or offline. You have to show the demonstration if you have built something, a prototype, and a report, a PowerPoint presentation, and you have to write a little information about your project. They may ask some questions, they'll give the answer sheet, like a lab exam how you do. The same way project exam will be there most of the time. Okay? Any other doubts if you have, you can ask now. Or you can type your question in the chat box. Otherwise I'll go back to the slides. And even if the coordinators or guides have not given any format or any rules and regulation for the preparation for the report also, you can ask, because at the end they may give, but you will be in trouble. Usually Times New Roman 12 will be there, A4 size, and these are some of the minimum things everybody will follow. You can talk to your guide or a coordinator so that they will give the format, according to that you can prepare. Okay, I think no doubts, nobody is typing any questions. Let me go back to the slides and continue my discussion. Okay. I think in network analysis only I have studied voltage source, current source, all those things, if I am right. And I think I already asked one question to you people, voltage source, current source, differences. I think, yeah, to the B division only I might have asked once in long back. Yeah, some students, they have given the answer also. And let me ask another 2-3 questions. Ammeter resistance should be how much ideally? Ammeter resistance should be how much ideally? You can type something. It may be wrong also, no problem. Very good. Thank you, Anusha. Right or wrong? Nidhi, okay. She is typing. Okay. Akshay Agarwal. Naina. Okay. All are saying same answer. Nobody is changing. Okay. Thank you, Goprappa, Soumya. What should be the resistance of a CRO? CRO resistance should be how much? There will be delay. When I ask the question, when your answer are coming on the screen, there will be a small delay. And let me repeat the question. I am talking about now CRO. CRO resistance. You can write CRO equal to, so that I will consider answer for CRO. CRO equal to, I want the resistance of the CRO should be how much? Type whether it is right or wrong. We'll have a discussion. Oh, you are taking so much of time. Then let me ask another question. What should be the resistance of a voltmeter? You can write volt equal to. What should be the resistance of a voltmeter? I guess hi sir, but didn't know the value, Ganesh. Okay, Satvik has given some answer. Volt infinity, sir. Naina is telling. Volt equal to infinity. Okay, everybody is typing. Jyoti has typed, and Bibi Marim, Nidhi, Aditi, Surat, and Sindhu. Everybody is typing, but nobody typed for a CRO, even though they are using a CRO. Arfali has typed something. Thank you, Arfali. And the CRO, practically how much it is? Ideally, how much it should be? Anybody can type and share in the chat box. Voltmeter, everybody is typing equal to infinity. Thank you for sharing your answer. Let me ask for a CRO how much it should be, how much it is, because most of you have seen the CRO in your third semester. Fourth semester you couldn't do much. Third sem you might have done it. Can you? Okay, Amit is typing. Thank you. Let me. Ideally it should be how much? Practically it is how much? CRO. I'll wait for another 30 seconds and let me see your answers. Whether it's not related to Python, I want each one of you should know these minimum basic things. Okay, Amit only is talking. I think others, they have not seen CRO at all. Hope they have done EC lab, electronic circuits lab, in the using CRO only, a waveform, clipping, clamping, a lot of other experiments they might have done. Other than Amit, nobody is typing CRO. Okay, let me ask you another simple question. We'll see how many of you will answer. Have you seen the CRO? I think everybody has seen. No need to ask this question. One simple question I'll see. In the CRO, what you will note down, from where you will note down the waveform? From the screen. And let me see who will type first the answer. What is the size of a CRO screen? Maybe approximately, or maybe if you know correctly. You might have seen the CRO screen because you have to note down all the waveforms from that only. Okay, Aishwarya is typing something. Thank you. Input must be high, output must be of low resistance. Okay. Now a question what I asked is a CRO screen size is how much? Because everybody has used the CRO. How much your involvement was there, we'll come to know from this. Even though you have conducted so many experiments, you might have not noticed approximate size of that screen. Not exactly, at least approximate. You might have touched many times that screen. You might have told here it's more, it's less. Okay, Hrishikesh has typed something, thank you. But 8, 10, 15, 10, 10, I think many are typing now, 10 by 10, Suraj shade. Okay, is it a hope centimeter or, okay, centimeter, I think all are typing. 8 by 10 and nearly 8 by 10. Now everybody is coming to the same. 15 units are there. 8 by 10. 10 by 10 are fully. And 10 by 8. 8 by 10, 10 by 8. How come it is possible, yeah? 10 by 10 are fully. Is it a square screen in the CRO you have? It is a rectangle. Then how come it will be a 10 by 10? Okay, 8 by 10. 8 is what, Namrita? I think height or width. You can write HW equal to, okay, vertically it is 8, Namrita, thank you. 10 is a horizontal, okay. Then it may be correct, 8 by 10 centimeter. What's the maximum voltage you can measure using a CRO? We'll see who has seen CRO properly. What's the maximum voltage I can measure using a CRO? You can write down some voltage. 1 volt, 10 volt, 100 volt, 1000 volt, something approximately. If I become examiner for any lab, now usually I ask these things in the Viva. You will be standing beside the CRO, but you are unable to tell the answers. Ganesh is typing something with a question mark. Okay, Ganesh, thanks for sharing the answer. Right or wrong, we'll see it. Anybody else? See, 60 students are there. At least 1 or 2 students should be able to answer approximate. So that shows how much interest you are taking in learning process. Even 3 hours is not enough in the lab to conduct one experiment. Usually the simplest experiment in the LIC is a voltage follower. I tell the students more than 2 hours is not sufficient to understand a voltage follower, to conduct the experiment. But many students, they complete within 5 minutes the voltage follower experiment. Aishwarya is typing maximum 20 volts we can measure. Thank you, Aishwarya, for your answer. Right or wrong, we'll see it. Shiva, 15 to 20 volts, 15 volts. Vandana. Let me see all other 50 students what they are going to type. 30 volts, 10 volts. And please remember these, what you are typing. At least when you come back to the college, you can see it. Or if anybody is having a photo of the CRO, you can see and you can understand. Meenakshi is telling 20 volts. Baby Mariam is telling 20 volts. Okay, 20 volts. Good. Nayana is telling 20. Let me see, somebody will come nearer to exact value or not. And Marian 20 volts. Anybody who can use his common sense or her common sense and tell the answer? Just I asked one question. Another question if I ask, you'll come to the answer now. Plus or minus 230 volts, Ganesh is telling. Okay. Ganesh is 230 and all are 20. You just see the difference, how much is there. All are telling 20 volts, Ganesh is telling 230 volts. Nearly 210 voltage difference is there in between the students. I don't know how come this much of difference. Anybody else? Okay, It's difficult. I don't know. I hope all of you are remembering voltage multiplier is there in the CRO. Voltage multiplier is there. What's the maximum in that knob is written into 1.123 something. What is the maximum is there in the voltage multiplier? Okay, Jyoti is telling something. On the multiplier, what is the maximum is there? 0.11235, something like that, maximum number. That's the voltage into the division. That will be the maximum voltage you can measure. I have given the hint. Let me see who will make use of this hint and will give some answer. Now I ask the CRO screen. Now I am asking about multiplier, last what we have. And if you tell these two answers correctly, then third answer will come automatically. Shiva is telling now he has increased from 20 to 50 volts now. Anybody else? Okay, 50 I think he is talking about a multiplier. Okay, maximum input voltage may be up to 400 volts. Satvik, please not give 400 volts to the CRO. It will burn. You may have to pay 30,000. Shiva Chindi, yeah, I got it. 50 is a multiplier you are telling. I got it. But it's not correct. Shiva. Never give 230 volts also to the CRO AC. Never give 400 volts also, Satvik. So, anybody else? Okay, let me. I given the answer. If somebody says properly the multiplier maximum what we have, then maximum voltage will come to know because you already told the size of the screen. Using a common sense, somebody can tell. Anybody is having photos of a CRO, you can see it. Don't Google it, just see it in your notes if you have noted in third semester. Anyway, and let me come back to my subject. Now we'll talk about Matplotlib basics and bar charts and pie charts and multiple plots we are going to discuss. Okay, Srikanth is telling 1.84 maximum voltage. Okay. All are wrong. I thought at least one student will give a correct answer out of 60 students. This is a situation you can see. And nowadays they can take a photo of a CRO in the lab. Waveform photos they can take. All are allowed. Nowadays technology is there, but nobody is making use of the technology for improvement of their knowledge. They take a selfie morning to evening, but they don't want to take a photo of a CRO to understand how many knobs are there, which knob is used for what purpose. That is a problem. Anyway, what we expect is different. Present generation not able to get what we want from them. Silent, you should be able to answer for all these things. Just the silent features of a MATLAB one should know. Matplotlib list arguments to Matplotlib's ax.py. What we do in most of the time, for example, let me talk about a bar or a pie, this any one method. We discuss this particular function using a 1 or 2 or 3 arguments and just we plot it and we show you. But in the exam, we may ask in general question, list all the arguments and explain. So you should be able to explain at least 5 to 6 arguments what we can give for these things. And list will show, but we will not write a program for all the arguments and will not show in the class. But you should try and you should be able to write in the exam. And draw the plot to indicate the axis with a legend, explain the various plots which can be created using a Python Matplotlib. We have pie chart, bar chart, scatter, many are there. We may discuss individually one by one, but all may be asked giving a 10 marks. You should be able to explain with a one example. Okay? And now coming back to the Matplotlib. So it is the most popular Python package for plotting the data. Pylab with care, it can also produce high quality figures for journal articles, books and other publications. Usually in IEEE papers and elsewhere paper and some of the Springer papers, they ask whenever you put an image, minimum it should be 300 dpi and all. So those things, DPI is there in the Python also, we'll see later. As of now, you just remember to produce this, we can make use of this Python. Matplotlib is a large package organized in a hierarchy. At the highest level is a Matplotlib PyPlot module. So these things, parameters we use for getting a particular DPI. But remember, in journal and books and publication, they mention this much should be the minimum DPI to publish your article or a paper in a journal or in a particular book. Usually they ask, as I remember, 300 DPI. What is the DPI? You will see it later. It is there. I have kept one slide for that, DPI meaning. And it's the one argument while you are plotting I'll wait for another few seconds, just go through, read it. Let me go to the next slide. To use Matplotlib, we use the following recommended imports. All of you know, import NumPy as NP, and one more what we do is import Matplotlib.pyplot as a plt. This most of the time we use this, and then we continue as a NP and plt we use in our programs. Note on these two lines. If any student is interested to answer the questions what I asked, they can prepare few slides asking such questions and giving the answer. They can take a few minutes and they can share that knowledge with the classmates. Anybody can come forward, and if you are working, then definitely you can talk to me at any time. If your work is satisfactory, I'll usually encourage you people to talk to me. Let me go to the next slide. Okay, the basic figure. The top level object containing all the elements of a plot is called as figure, because we make use of a plot and figure both. When we see some of the programs, you will come to know the differences also. To create a figure object, we have to use this plt.figure. No arguments are necessary for this, but optional customization can be specified by setting the values described in 7.1 table that I will show you in the next slide. Just go through once, and this is the way how we can do figure equal to plt.figure. And you can mention the figure size also, 4.5, 2. You can change these things and execute, and face color red. You can change this and execute, so that you will observe, okay, what are the different colors, how it looks, which is better for your project or something like that. You can understand and you can note down somewhere, and you can use the same color, same size whenever you are doing any other simulations. That 7.1 table I'll show you in the next slide. It's not a compulsory, and if you want optional customization are there. Beginning without all these things you can do it, but when you become expert in the programming, then you can start using those optional customization. These are the arguments to the plt.figure. In our cases, sometimes we will not give any arguments at all, but these are the what we can give: figure size, DPI I told, resolution in dots per inch. What they say, usually they expect 300 DPI. Most of the journals, they expect you to provide minimum 300 DPI. So that time you have to know, minimum 300 you have to give. face color, edge color you can change. If the time permits, we'll see those things and we'll execute more programs, and I'll show you depending upon the time. But take a minute or two, note down the arguments. But here we are not getting more time to discuss more programs. We are getting just time sufficient to discuss what the function does. But according to the syllabus, that is only what we have to discuss. But I usually love to discuss more programs. But if I start doing that, it's difficult to finish the portion. So I'll give another few seconds for you. Another 10-15 seconds you can take. Just go through the figure size, DPI, face color, edge color. At least note down these 4-5. DPI you can use whenever you are writing a journal paper. If they mention 300, 400 something DPI, that time you can give this parameter so that figure will get that much of DPI, dots per inch, and that only is acceptable in that particular journal. Otherwise they may consider the paper, but they say you have to change the figure with a minimum this much of DPI. This we used to face a problem during early days. Whenever we were publishing some papers, we never used to understand what is the DPI is telling and how to get it. But we used to. Nowadays it's very easy using a Python and all, you can do it. Let me go to the next. Just read it once. All of you know in your Matlab, all of you know subplot. So usually we use 1, 1, 1 only. If you want, you can use even 2 cross 3, 3 cross whatever you want. But in our cases, just we use 1, 1, 1 only. The meaning of this you should understand. Just read it once. And those who have already done like this in your Matlab, for them it's not a problem. So a small program is there. If possible, we will discuss today only. Otherwise, we will conclude so that you can attend the next class. The argument 111 here is a commonly used abbreviation for the tuple 111. So saying the subplot 1 of a figure with one row and one column. You can have different rows and different columns, but most of the time we use only one row, one column. And if you are in projects or if you are needed, you can go for comparison purpose, you can go for more than one rows and one column. So I think time hardly another 3-4 minutes are there. So if you have any doubts, you can ask. I will conclude today's class. I will be here for another 3 minutes. Those who want to talk to me, you are welcome. And others can leave the class. Thank you for attending class. Any doubts, feel free to talk to me. And take care. Bye. See you in the next class.